ago, and they won it 13-5. And that was, in fact, the pick of Lin Vision. So I think they're really believing in their Anubis at the moment. And, well, so are we to a certain extent, hoping that this series gets another map. All 4 playable maps would be absolutely brilliant.
Yeah, absolutely. I think it goes without saying that this has not gone to plan so far. Cycling. Just nobody stepping up. And of course, you've got to put it into context as well, that this is now Mongols being 1 map away from the grand final in their favor. We're on the way, Mongols starting on that T side. A lot of teams preferring to start there on Anubis. And hang on a second, look at the pace we're getting. They're just flying in towards A. They're not even going quiet about it. They are loud and proud flying on towards this site, but it doesn't start well for them.
Advent in for a double kill. Oh my goodness. Okay, everybody is chiming in now. 910 is suddenly all alone. He was the player meant to be holding out for the flank, for the rotation, but he's got to kill 5. So don't really think he's going to get this one done. And he does not find a single kill. Down he will go. A flawless pistol for Cyclone to kick off.
Already, though, this game looking entirely different to Mirage. And you can even see as well, the Mongols tried to play that specific round like Mirage. They tried to go puggy. They tried to go fast. And read like a book. Advent for a double to keep them at bay. And then Alman, of course, coming in for support too. That's much better from Cyclone. Taking heads-up duels, taking fights, and finding the Mongols not going to have any sort of buy to speak of here. A couple of deagles. Blitz does go down to 1.3, so maybe only Galil for him to work him in towards the next. This round it should be a bit of a no-show in every way we'd expect. A bomb would be huge. I don't think it's going to happen, to be perfectly honest, but it would be a nice little step up if they could do it. We'll see. Slow, nothing offering. Cyclone, we've only got 1 over towards A, but that second is in quick rotation. Kaze just round the corner, and a mid player too. I don't think I have any problems pushing them away. We'll see.
We've got a flash. We've got 2 deagles. There's maybe a opportunity for 1 kill. Advent, safe angle. We're going to go down. Kaze taking some space. Oh, a little weird. In all this carnage, might be able to get that bomb planted, my guy. We're taking a bit of time. Oh, to get it down. It just goes in. Mazzinho with the hold. Absolutely magical stuff. Techno will be the last one here. So the round definitely is not going to go the way of the Mongols. But the bomb plant's pretty big. You know, you're getting that early rifle buyout. You will now have a boost in cash, so that's cool.
Take it. Yeah, the bomb plant's actually nice. As well for the likes of kind of Blitz, who went down to like 1.3k. It's going to mean a little bit more for him to work with as well. At least he has the AK, or the ability of an AK buy rather than just that Galil, which was most likely going to be a case. You don't have lost bonus built up yet, so you would have struggled a little financially. So you take a bomb plant, a consolation kill, all of those small things. It's around that. I mean, ultimately means absolutely nothing. It's a 2-0 start. Cyclone. This is what you want to see out of them. Confident fight's been taking Kaze in towards the best weapon in the game. The auto shotgun XM1014 out in play. Double FAMAS around him with a double M4. A bonus buy for the Mongols here. Full AKs out on display. Kaze down that corner. It's such a perilous position. The Molotov actually just forced him closer to the corner. Double nades. Triple nades. Don't kill him. He might not be clear properly now by Blitz.
Kaze with the auto shotgun. We've seen him do so much work from this position with this very weapon, and he's here again. Oh, what a machine. Not quite. It was him that found that big 3K, wasn't it? I'm sure. From that very same position.
Yeah, it was. It was.
Yeah. But not quite the same. But close enough. Nice little trade back from Senzu. He's going to find Mercury out on towards the B-bomb site. So definitely not over for Mongols. They are certainly capable of coming back into this round.
V4. Kaze is repositioned into another scary angle. Mazzinho's tied quite low. Actually, this shotgun could do God's work. Even a body shot should be enough here at close range. Kaze knows. And he'll spot a shadow first as well. There it is, kaze. No, not again. Not again from kaze. And at range as well, just to rub insult into injury. Runs out of ammo, but he's done more than enough work. That's kaze's round every way you put it. And the auto shotgun doing so much legwork there. Third on the ball for TYLOO, and really well taken.
Yep, solid start here then into this map. As said, Mongols were definitely in a position where they could have battled back there. Gave it their best shot, but TYLOO remaining one step ahead. Kaze, a master of the auto shotgun, bro. Really great stuff. But we'll see. Still early doors, however. You know this CT side to be difficult. Saying that, I think the couple times that we've seen it in the playoffs this week, it does feel like maybe some of the Asian teams preferring the CT side a little, because it gives you scope to hold the off angles, get a bit aggressive, change your setups a lot. As we've said many times, they love playing fluid, and it's a map that hands into that quite a bit.
Just going to quiet, I'm going to pop it towards B. Bit of a split to work with in the sense. Senzu's AK could do a bit of work. So far, trading a bit of U-turn towards backside. Minute to work with. Now they come.
Nice pickups, making it look easy, especially in the case of JamYoung. He's got another player trapped in on that right-hand side. Not going to be able to find Blitz. He survives a little while longer. Senzu going to have to just do the impossible, especially now he's by himself and they know where he's at. 4 players await him around this corner. There's absolutely no way he survives peeking around this one. So he's just going to wait. He's just going to bide his time for now. And he knows there is a degree of reality to this. Try and take a gun away if he can. Force a peek out if he can. But yeah, straight into 3 players right around that corner. 4 in a row right now for TYLOO. Solid stuff.
Yeah, it's good. All right, it's all right. Those sort of kind of Tech 9 pops are sometimes, you know, sort of scary. Mongols have had some success with them, but that one, nothing. Really nice hole from the backside. They had the numbers there as well. Nice and easy. TYLOO, 4-0 start. In my pick, looking pretty damn solid. I don't know. Mongols don't really seem to have a response for them. Galil in hands of Techno. Don't have money for that AK. An AWP in play for 9-10. He's getting very active with it as well. Gonna try to play out in front of the smoke. There's a lot of space being created. He might be unexpected, but you're still gonna hit those shots.
Zenio getting a bit aggressive on towards A here. Nothing presenting for him, so forcing his way back, but at least the Mongols have not lost their confidence. Trying to take the early fights, you know, something that they were so good at on Mirage was finding the pickups in the first sort of 30 seconds or so. But we'll see here. Kaze on the angle. That's going to be a difficult one to get through later on in the round. It does look like that's where they want to go. Senzu will be first in. And first to fall. Trade is there instantly at the very least. That does allow them to burst out onto A quickly. Messinho with a big frag. Mercury, however, is a little faster than they expected. Caught with nades in hand. 9-10 trying to ring a shot off. Mercury takes the peak and loses his life. Advent with a good molly, but Blitz has absolutely ruined him around that corner. Alman has yet to die. We'll give this a go. We'll give it a look in. Blitz comes off the angle. A momentary lapse in judgment may well have cost them the round. Techno has to find his first, and Alman for his first death, potentially. This is looking absolutely unbelievable. Techno, though, in such a weird angle. Not going to get checked. A difficult spray down, but he does indeed get it for the Mongols.
My, oh my. First death, as you mentioned, for Alman. 9-1, it puts him now, but he's unfortunate. There's so many angles to clear. He didn't have that time. One bit of Utah really could have been a saving grace for Alman there as well. It's all things that are out of his control. A good job to even bring it actually back into a kind of a clutchable situation by Alman. There you can see. It's unfortunate. One of those bullets gets so close to headshot height. And it just hits the wall. Host but no cigar. 4-1. The Mongols will find their first, thankfully. And it's a question now about how many they can spiral in a row. They've got to find some consistency early in towards this game, or it could be pretty messy already. Senzu swings. Both spotted, but nothing gained.
Big round here, really big round for the Mongols to just get themselves stringing them together. Obviously very important to do that when you are down by a substantial amount of rounds. Decent molly. Really uncomfortable positions across the board. Mazzinho, though, he opts to get aggressive. He's been fancying his A plays in the past few rounds. Big kill onto Advent. Nade goes in, but it's minimal damage. Flash is there for Mazzinho, looking for another, corrects his spray, and finds the double. Alman is here. They know where he's at. The AWP coming for him. The AWP misses the shot, and the rotations are now in. They've got to be very careful here on the Mongol side, actually thinking about pulling away. 9-10 sticks around, loses his life. There is a player in the form of Senzu deep in towards B, so really going to be difficult on the retaker's position. Now known, that is a huge clothesline around the corner, though, leaving Armin and JamYoung to clutch things up. Blitz for the plant, and now Cyclone indeed going to give it a go.
And have a look at Alman. Had an attempt at a clutch, which didn't go his way in the round prior. Looking for another one here. Now Blitz, because he's known quantity, he's got to try and swing in towards a fight, which he does well. Really well played. I think that'll call off the attempt at a clutch hit. JamYoung going to keep hold of what he's got. If Senzu allows for it, that is. Just around the corner, he's been hunted. There's also a save call, but JamYoung, it could be a messy one for him. Labor spray finds one. Quick trade. Nothing saved. Really nicely done. That's important. That means no money left in the back pockets. No guns to work with for Cyclone. It gives Mongols room to work with. And of course, in these sort of early parts of a map as well, when you're Cyclone on the CT side, you're not really... The main battle, bar, of course, your opposition, is your economy. Constantly trying to keep it at bay. Constantly trying to keep some funds left in his back pockets. And even having a rifle there would have been a big kind of saving grace. They could have, half put around it with 5.7s and the rest. But now it's just a call for a full eco. See what they can do. They're going to gamble stack towards B. Could be the right call. The bomb's actually in that direction.
Spots out the boost. Got to be a little careful because they are after him. Oh, goodness. Oh, no. Oh, God, the knife is out. What is happening? He will get traded. God, that is a mess. That is an absolute mess. Bomb has to get the hell out of Dodge and hit towards the A-bomb site. So Mercury will retrieve an AWP. Pretty big deal, to be fair. Right? A massive saving and maybe a weapon they might not have been able to move towards. Either way, saves them a huge chunk of cash, of course. So the question is where the Mongols will hunt it down. I don't know. With their cash, I don't think they can afford to lose anyone else.
You're right. I feel like it's one of those ones where it's actually not probably worthwhile. So I'm going to come through. 9-10. He's kind of fortunate actually to get caught off guard like that. But in the grand scheme, it doesn't make too much of a bar that AWP being picked. I think that's the only real thing that does change the narrative a little bit. Just having that AWP saved over for Cyclone is very good long term. We dropped to hands of Kaze, gives him some space over. Kaze did an alright game so far as well. It was a very quiet map. The one was 1-9, I think, at one point before he picked up a little bit of steam. It weren't good. It was, yeah, 0-7, then to like 1-9. It was a real rough display, but looking already out the gates considerably better. Same for Alman too. Alman's not normally talked about in terms of that fragging department, but had a very decent start to this map, and they need that. They need their individuals to come up a line here, especially considering Mongols are only one map away from a 3-1 here in the best of 5. And a pretty deserved one so far as well with the way that they have played. Maps 1 and 2 were so damn good from them. 4-3, only one round in it. We're now against another full buy, and we could be off for something miraculous. Pop shot from 9-10. He's going in for seconds. Oh, that could have been rough. A lot of molly damage being taken. Senzu can be the first to fall.
Blitz trying to follow in the footsteps here. Inside of smoke. Has he been thought about? There's a spam that comes in, but he manages to avoid most of it. Trying to catch the players on the way out. Does get one, but taken instantly. So a similar sort of position that Mongols find themselves in. 9-10 on the creep, though. Big frag Battle over on B goes the way of Techno. AWP shot misses by Kaze. All of a sudden, it has crumbled. JamYoung finds himself alone with only 6 HP to his name. I mean, I think you just save here, Chief, right? He's got enough to drop across, so they could fumble together some kind of a buy if they wanted.
It feels like a worthwhile save as well. You know, an AK-47 in CT hands, it's kind of a worthy thing to, I guess, just keep under your belt for now at the very least. It's just whether he does. They do tend to X out in this direction. It looks like he's going pretty close to the action too. He will, he'll park up in a corner and he'll see and try and do whatever he can. I think the only difference is he needs to make sure he is just far enough away from that bomb site. The bomb radius is on CS2, pretty extended. He's going to move over to a little bit further away. It will not make a difference. Mongols tying this game up 4 rounds apiece. This is the Mongols we saw in Mirage. Quicker style of play, doing really good work at the moment. Putting them into a very strong position to actually start to run away kind of with this T side. And that's what you want to see. On a T side of Anubis, you need to put up a pretty stellar performance. You should be winning out your T side more often than not. Especially with how we've kind of seen a lot of these Asia games go as well. That's the expectation. Like you mentioned, they have fumbled together a buy in a way. Kaze's got the AWP, which is good. And a double M4 and an MP9 around that one saved AK. AK dropped over as well. JamYoung happy to wield just the MP9. Let's put it back into perspective, though, that another round found by the Mongols here. Yes, it's lost bonus for Cyclone, but because they don't have a lot of money in their pockets, it would actually put them in a really weird space. I'm assuming we get... Yeah, okay. There we go. Advent's dropped out, so we are going to get a round reset. I was assuming by the fact that we're body up on the way around spawn, there's something there. It gives more time to talk about kind of where we're at right at the moment. Advent's dropped out, so we'll have a bit of time to talk about it. But you've got Cyclone, who... Yes, they were full by brought out into towards round number 9, but their backs are still against the wall. You've got Mongols who are putting consecutive rounds on the board. You've got nothing in terms of a buy available in towards the next round. If things continue at this sort of pace, the Mongols can put 5-6 rounds in a row before your next kind of true response.
Yeah, a little awkward here that we do have to reset, unfortunately. Take some of the steam out of the game. It does happen, you know, it's the online Counter-Strike, and we've done well. We've done well. We've got a BO5. There's going to be at least 1 round, right? So, hopefully not too long of a wait. We'll try and keep you updated as and when we know information, but for the time being, it is just kind of a waiting game. Yeah, but again, a really, really fantastic map here. Both teams having their moments. Mongols, for me, though, have just shown a little more depth, an extra layer to them, I think, than we have seen from them from the entire playoffs. It's not necessarily from any other team, but particularly from themselves.
Yeah, no, agreed. Agreed. It's unfortunate, of course. Hopefully it's only a brief one. Advent is back in the server, so it's good to see. I think it should only be a momentary one. You get the admins to match medic and all the rest, but this is now a must-win scenario kind of for Cyclone. Not only the round, but the map itself. We do have a position now where you look at the entirety of the series. It's a 2-1 scoreline. 1 more map for the Mongols, and they've closed it out. We said the Mongols are going to have to take, you know, both maps off their opponents if they want to win out the series, just because of that's how things work with the upper bracket advantage. But my God, they have made this look, as best of 5s go, pretty simple so far. That 13-11 could have been closed out a little earlier. They struggled in closing out, but thankfully did get it in regulation. And then Mirage, one-sided as it gets. Thankfully round restored, so he will be going live. Only a brief tech pause, and we're okay. So back in towards that AWP we spoke of, I'm assuming. Actually, a bit of a better buy. Yeah, Farmar's going to come out rather than the MP9, and JamYoung this time going to keep hold of the AK-47. The Mongols, a very important round, though. Win this, and they could put themselves into a really strong position.
It is possible. Oh my goodness, a lot of aggressive utility being used by that CT side in particular, just trying to put some threat down on the Mongols. really don't know what to expect here. Going to go charging through the smoke, having felt that there's no one behind it, I suppose, with their spam. Still certainly a risky move, but it is all good in the end. Bit of utility there in towards dark as well, clearing that area out. It's a really fast round in terms of this utility usage, particularly for Anubis. No kills, no damage yet.
It's all go so quiet. Kaze about to be tested. Does he get any, flash at the angle? No. As walking straight to danger. Kaze is still alive here as well. He can rephase, he can refine, but he won't. Blitz drops him. And Advent now trying to buy time for a rotation to come forward. He's isolated as Alman joins the pack.
Not a bad setup for Cyclone, to be fair. They haven't made it all that deep on the Mongols side of things, so yeah, they do have a lot to get through here. Advent, brilliant find onto Techno on the edge of the smoke. It continues to look good for Cyclone. Just blitz. And they really did not feel comfortable. That smoke goes down at the front of the site, and they just didn't want to move. They didn't want to move. They got corralled in. Honestly, may well have been a good idea to just bail off, and give B a go instead.
Yeah, no, agreed. I think especially as well, when you're expecting someone to be sitting on that close angle, I think dry peeking just never feels like the way to do it. It's a good rotate coming over. I think it does give them a lot of space to work with. Then all it comes down to Advent. Advent, all he has to do is just buy time. Alman joins through middle, and then the rest of the pack that are playing over towards B have plenty of time to do what's necessary. Another tech pause to come through. Unfortunately, no one's dropped out that I can see. So it seems okay. But it will be a buy back in. The Mongols, at least, is not doom and gloom, so to say. Making a response back in. The only thing I worry about is maybe Techno. Basically what he has to work with. We're only 1.6k, just probably like Tech 9 half armor.
Should be buying in. Yeah, I think so. They're just going to leave him to his own devices at the end of the day. And it is indeed... Oh, he's had a Tech 9 dropped, I think. By the looks of it. Or maybe a smoke dropped. Either way, he's not sort of fully spent. A little interesting, I suppose. But, there's obviously not much that Techno could really bring into the round. Quiet map from him as well, by the way, after such a stellar performance, particularly in those lower bracket games. He's looked brilliant. So a rare miss, perhaps, from Techno. We'll see whether the Tech 9 revitalizes his energy. A main control to come round for the Mongols.
Playing behind that smoke. Two players here ready. Pop flash won't catch anybody, and Kaze will with these. Techno gonna find one. Oh, Kaze, good work before he falls in the flames. They could still get a bomb plant out here, though.
Pick up. Oh, big kill. Big kill. It does leave Blitz in a 1 versus 2, but they absolutely needed that trade. Blitz to have a chance on the AWP. Might not be expected. Misses the shot, though. And that will cost him his life. So, Cyclone hold on. They keep the round. They keep their advantage. Is the key thing. Looking pretty good towards the tail end of the half here. Might just be able to force a really solid scoreline.
No, exactly. I mean, they're guaranteeing now that the bare minimum it's a tied game, but the way things have been kind of posturing these last few rounds, I would not be surprised if they're able to pull it a little bit further. I feel like if they can get like a minimum of a 7-5 half for Cyclone, that's a big win. It just gives them a bit of comfort heading in towards the second half. It gives them the ability to say that even if they were to lose a pistol, for example, they still have enough to go off. Isn't really a buy to speak of for the Mongols. A couple of upgraded pistols. Don't think it should be too fearsome, but we've said this before and we've seen these ones converted, so I'm not going to lock it into place that Cyclone have won the round, but they've got a good chance of it.
Alman with a big one. Senzu moving up through middle quite aggressively. Might be unexpected, to be fair. P250 is so close to finding that kill. Oh, they're trying to burst out here, but it's just not working. It's like, oh, this guy's low. Go get him. 9-10 does eventually find him, but, it comes at the expense of 4 other players. I'm going to follow in his footsteps here, so... Oh, no, he calls off. All right, fair enough, but Days of Mr. 910 should be numbered. He says, here we go, coming in behind. He's got hardly any ammo. Alrighty, last bullet headshot. That's a nice look. Keep the damage coming. JamYoung's got to be careful as well. They give him a bit more respect on that exchange, but eventually they will deal with him.
Not a terrible effort. Not a terrible effort at all. Of course, it's one of those buys that we don't expect all too much. Now, final round of the half. They've got to make something stick here. I feel like 8-4 feels unrecoverable. 7-5 is doable. You know what I mean? But 8-4 is where things really do slip away, especially considering this is a map in which actually Cyclone do a lot of their best work on the T side. We'll see. Into the buy. Double Glil to work with. Not the worst thing in the world. Can they do anything to find that fifth here?
Well, isn't that the million-dollar question? Blitz. Left low. Kaze spots a leg and a desperate attempt at the flick. Will lose his life. It's JamYoung for 2. Is that enough? Mercury back end of the site. Might be unexpected. Oh, no. Doesn't catch 9-10. And maybe the round is back on. Techno has burst into life here in round number 12. Advent left alone. Absolutely going to go for this. Gets smoked off at the very last second of his push. Straight into 9-10 he will go. And 7-5. It isn't perfect from the Mongols. It is pretty good from Cyclone. It all depends on this second half now. Survival on the line for Cyclone. We'll find out how they do after the break. Hey, yo, welcome back in. More Counter-Strike action on your screens. It has been a wonderful day so far. Hoping that we continue the action. Mongols, little bit of a recovery towards the end. I'm going to need the pistol here. 9-10 loves getting aggressive out towards A main, by the way. Keep your eye on that all half long on the CT side. It obviously pays off here. So maybe he can make it work for the rest of this half. Senzu going to take a lot of damage early on, but nobody going down just yet for the Mongols.
That's the important thing, I think, as well. This pistol round, win this for the Mongols, and they've put themselves back into a very good position. Smoke will drop at the feet of Mazzino. He's more or less got to give up this position, but Blitz doesn't. Nice shot, might look for more. Mazzino goes through the smoke and he gets his head ripped off.
Pretty nasty. 9-10, standing strong here. That second is ridiculous. All down to Advent then. Surely not a chance. Down he will go. And that is the pistol going the way of Mongols. So a pretty big round for them to pick up. Things looking very, very good indeed, as it will continue to even up.
Yeah. I mean, now this game definitely changes once again. I mean, it looked initially like Cyclone had done enough in that first half. Bear in mind, the CT sides of this map can be quite difficult. It's long rotations. It's quite easy to be isolated, especially if you're kind of a solo mid player or a solo A player. It's quite easy to be kind of stuck on your own. Mongols now should have this game tied up 7 apiece off the back of a no-buy round for Cyclone. If Cyclone get a bomb plant, that'd be lovely. It feels for the most part pretty unexpected. Oh, no. I like the idea, and actually, Senzu only gets 2. That's much less than I thought it would be. But Blitz and 9-10 should just clean this one up.
What you would expect, for sure. I mean, if he even gets 1 from a position like this, would be absolutely ridiculous. But yeah, here we go. Straight into the fire for Cyclone. Mongols have got pretty good CT side on this map. So I'm very much looking forward to how this second half continues once we get these guns into play. They did come very, very close just yesterday on the Mongols side of things against Lin Vision. Went to overtime, 16-13 on this very map. But it was, for me, the CT side that looked a little more impressive out from the Mongols. So I do feel this could be the making of the series here. And it would be a hell of a thing if Mongols managed to string 3 maps together.
Yeah. That would be, yeah, they go flawless up the upper, well, the best of 5, may I say, from coming from the lower bracket it's pretty damn impressive, has to be said. Senzu. Laying around that semi one-way smoke, but it's such a known one at that.
Bit of a weird start. Feels very unorthodox, to be honest. Blitz creeping forwards. Oh, this is such a dangerous position for him to be in. Dry swing and he loses his life. JamYoung will take him down the burst in towards middle. It could not have gone better. 9-10 completely unaware. They might expect A to be a bit open. Mazzino has to find way more than just 1. Senzu and Techno now the only 2 remaining. I think you just saved, to be honest. I don't know that they really have a chance into this round. Mercury's got such a sneaky position here as well. Free kill? No, okay. Just get taken down. Gets slightly interesting, I guess, but yeah, they're just really locked out. So they will move to save and the round across the Cyclone. So risky, man. First rifle round and Blitz just goes swinging into mid like that with no info.
Yeah, and of course for now, Senzu and Techno just got to keep hold of what they've got. I mean, they can kind of work with a buy here. Blitz and Mazzino got enough money to invest. I just worry about 9-10. I think Senzu should be able to drop them over so they can squeeze everything kind of together here. Terrorists win. It should be okay. I mean, for now, it's a level of a buy to speak with, but I think actually once again this game goes back in that control of Cyclone. Much better control coming through. Great mid-aggression. They just have the tempo. Put the jets on, put the burners on. It's quick and effective. Kind of actually beating Mongols at their own game. Find ourselves at a very interesting crossroads where The Mongols, they go for that investment. This one slips. Then they're in a world of trouble going forward. Cyclone can just pull away and start actually looking towards double digits, which is where that pressure starts to become quite insurmountable.
Early utility out on towards A to put pressure on mid. I'm going to melt, but he wins his fight. Goodness me. Cyclone are back with a vengeance on this T side. Really, really, really great shots thus far. Another disadvantage for the Mongols to work with. Really fancy their chances from here. We'll see. One flash left. They do have a kit, but it really is just going to come down to the defense. Now, the one good thing in their favor is the fact that they have this B-bomb site well defended, and I think that's where Cyclone are going to end up.
Techno, and to Mercury, levels the playing field. Going to throw back over towards May. It's the right call. 2 playing through this entrance here. 9-10. Does he respect the smoke? He actually will for now, but all part of a ruse as well. Nate comes on the corner. Didn't do anything. Around that smoke, 9-10 going to find such an important kill. Numbers go in favor of the Mongols, but HP is still pretty dicey for them.
Really shaky. Really, really shaky. Really hard to call. Oh, the barrel. Alman, though, he's trained in on one. Doesn't matter. He finds the double anyway. Mazzinho does well to find a frag there. Bomb plant going to come in. They are split here. Really, really, really big fight. Senzu not ready, but he gets the flick. Oh, my goodness. They're so incredibly low. They do have that kit in the hands of Techno. A reposition from Senzu. A drop back from Senzu. Kaze might get overwhelmed here. Really depends on if he checks his angles, and he doesn't. Techno gets the drop on him. Oh my goodness, that was so tense, man. One bullet on each of them. It really could have gone either way. It will go the way of Mongols, though. They hold on. They keep the game rolling and evening things back up. But these teams just so hard to split. Into round number 17 here as the utility coming around from that Mongols team. Certainly looking a little bit dangerous here. Senzu getting aggressive alongside Mazzinho. Kind of interesting. So we'll see. Very, very unsure of how this is going to pan out.
Yeah. Got to be said as well. Spoke a lot about, Alman in terms of coming in as an IGL, but not as much in terms of his frags. 20 and 8, he's having a good game. He looks to once again do some more here. The Molotov ticking, Alman falling, but he can't line up 2 there, Techno. Senzu will bail him out, coming in for a double of his own, and Blitz back sight, stepping up in a big way. Kaze dropping Alman alone. What can he do? Just spoke about his impressive fragging, but he can't even find the first. Such a huge round for the Mongols to find. 9 put on the board, but they break the back of Cyclone, which now means no buy to come through. Mongols should get double digits here. He should be on track as well. Getting ever close to that 3rd map. This game not looking good anymore for Cyclone.
No, not at all. Things starting to slip a little bit towards the tail end. Mongols again have, found this extra kind of level that they have not had previously in the playoffs, that they have really, really saved up until this moment, I suppose. Cyclone. Low buy, few upgraded pistols, bit of nadage in towards mid there. Blitz does get overwhelmed, unable to find a single kill. Zinho with the wild spray down, good for 1, but he's chased, and I don't think he was expecting to be chased so heavily. This has gotten messy. 2 AKs recovered by Cyclone. Bomb plant going to come in, way more than they ever expected, ever bargained for. Dangerous smokes. Mongols have to, wait for these to go down. There's a decent amount of utility remaining for the CT side, and of course they all will have a kit to work with. 9-10 creeping around looking for the entry on this retake. What the hell has happened? JamYoung with a triple kill on the retrieved AK. An ace coming in. Oh my goodness. What a round for Cyclone to take. Mongols severely dropping the ball.
Oh, it's got to be said as well. To lose against what is more or less a full eco. Not good at all. Mongols just caught asleep at the wheel. They're a bit too confident after how these last few rounds have gone. Letting things slip quite badly. Hey man, fair play. Tycon taking an opportunity and taking it well, and it's on the flip side, broken the back in the Mongols. That's a brutal round to be losing. Completely costly. Actually, the way the Cyclone is setting up, they're looking for an A split. It's a barren site. Caught a 5 stack over towards B1, kind of playing through mid a little bit, and that a Senzu. They'll realize very soon that nobody's playing through A. They get a free site, and that'll be the round. So it is, in fact, going to be Cyclone the first side to crack double digits. Mongols, let's one slip a little bit.
Crazy. Absolutely crazy. May well be the trip to Inferno. I was going to say the third map then, but it is, of course, the fourth. The autopilot, of course, but yeah, it will be the final map if it is indeed required. Wow. Yeah, I thought we were on the journey for the Mongols 3-1 victory. The Mongols 3 in a row. But that round has flipped things completely upside down. You can see as well, even despite the eco, they're not fully comfortable for the buy into this round. Timeout going to come in. The Mongols have to deliver.
I don't think it's the worst call. What now is kind of where we look towards. Mongols. Their first attack timeout call. They do have money for a buy. They even technically have AWP money as well. Blitz is 5.7. Yeah, there we go. The AWP will come into play. I don't mind this call. I was going to say Mazzinho was one who caught it. I wasn't sure whether they were going to do anything too miraculous here, but no, it looks like they'll be okay. So, all buy comes forward. It does start to get to the point now, this late towards the game, where it feels like a last-ditch effort is on the cards to a degree. We've got the Mongols with a full buy, but if they fall flat here, Psycho can push all the way to map point before a response comes in. So Mongols, basically, have you got anything left in the locker? If you want to close out in regulation, it does feel like now or never to return the response. I find a lot of rounds in concession as well, as money is pretty built up for Cyclone. I don't really think they'll ever be faced with an eco in regulation so far.
Techno, wide swing out, will lose his life. Senzu left blind. The B-hold crumbles. Senzu somehow gets a posthumous frag onto Mercury with the Molotov. 9-10 for one more. Will drop the bomb. Could be huge. Could be absolutely huge. They've got to be careful recovering it as well, to be honest with you. Blitz drops it again. This is all over. Team damage from JamYoung on that kill. Smoke gonna go down. 9-10 misses the opportunity. JamYoung staying alive, staying cool, knows where they're all at. Gonna win out the fight. This kid is unbelievable. 9-10 will look to close the gap, and that one missed shot has cost them 2 kills. Around. It's being watched for. Advent drops him. 11 rounds now for Cyclone.
Can't believe that one slip as well. I mean, it should have been always around in the favor of Cyclone once they got that sight, but then when it went back in towards being a kind of a level playing field in the 3 versus 3, it looked favorable towards the Mongols. And JamYoung took that one into his own hands. Nicely done from him. So crisp as ever. And with the 11th being put up there, no money for the Mongols. Feels like we find ourselves with what you'd want to see, that of Cyclone getting ever closer. Map point just round the corner, pushing this towards the decider. Anybody's game. Of course, because of the upper bracket advantage, making this a 2-2 series.
Oh, 5-7 comes a little close to finding a double there, doesn't it? Senzu's dropped another one. Molotov, gonna keep him at bay, but Mazzinho managed to find a frag onto Alman. The B-bomb site is no longer favored for Cyclone. Zinio is very quickly making moves towards the A side of things as well. Well read here. A lot of information as Blitz pushes through B main. They are down middle. Senzu gives his life away. Mazinio then. A lot of pressure on this guy. They may well expect someone in towards the site, but a bit of an off angle. He might go overlooked. He does. Picks up one. The AWP misses the shot, so Mazinio will convert a massive round from the 5-7.
I cannot believe they stayed alive there. I cannot believe it. That absolutely changes things. A near no-buy round as well, considering they had, what? I think it was a Deagle, 2 5.7s, 2 USPSs, and they've made it work. I can't believe Mazinio's got away with so much there. And the second as well, the AWP shot missed on the jiggle. And kaze gets punished. 11 to 10 range. Back into a buy earlier than expected, and Psycho not quite on map point just yet. Pressure's on. This still feels like it's got a bit of legs behind it. It kind of feels like it's got overtime written all over it too. Mazinio could be in trouble here. He's in trouble. Let's jump to Molotov now. Get it down. 2 of cross. He has no idea.
Utility out the bottom end of A main. Just to keep Cyclone at bay. They will be shook by the loss in the previous, but they have to take it in their stride and focus on another rifle round. That's all it is. Ignore the score at the top. Just win the round itself. Mazinio going to get an aggressive push in towards A main. Good information gathered that there's nobody in D. He will stick around. Not sure I'm a massive fan of that. Cyclone's flash usage in particular has been so damn good. Big damage from JamYoung, unable to find the frag. Mazinio, yeah, sticking around, and now he finds himself in a really awkward spot, just being hit by his teammate Smoke as well. It's a little all over the place. Blitz in for 1, nearly 2, not quite. Mazinio looking around and around this smoke. Oh, it could be a lovely move, but no, they smell a rat. Down he will go. Just 3 remaining for the Mongols, 2 of them incredibly low. Do you want to go for this? You know, it is kind of game point, to be honest. If you lose this round, 9-10 goes a bit crazy, loses his life. Nobody around to help him out. The Mongols desperately attempting to recover this round. A shaky, shaky A-hold man. Alman holding for this angle. Surely finds the kill. He does indeed. Senzu with 14 HP wants nothing to do with it.
That's that. 11 now turned 12. Senzu will keep hold of the AWP. Well, I say he will. Actually, might be tested here. Alman's getting pretty close. Look around that corner. Might be a fight. Yeah, Senzu spots him off. So, bomb goes off, but you'll get the life. That's the most important factor by every metric, I guess, right now. If Mazinio had gone unchecked there, it could have been a different story. But, unfortunately, not to be. Cyclone map point. 1 round away, pushing us towards our decider of Inferno. Do they have anything left? The Mongols, thankfully, they do have a buy. And it's, of course, including a double orb setup. 9-10 joining Senzu with that saved orb. Oh, and a leg will come through. kaze is a lucky man to still be alive. They're going quick as well.
Yeah, very quick indeed. Oh, this is not looking good, is it? Mazinio does manage to find one, but the bomb site itself has fallen. Too many targets for Blitz. Somehow, still alive. Does so much damage. Maybe he's given a chance back in. Techno on the goddamn MP9. Going to give it his best shot. He's so blind. Oh, it's so close, man. Few bullets make all the difference. Senzu doesn't really know how to look. What a shot, though. Holy hell. No. Oh, and he gets kaze too. Mongols will stay alive. And they are threatening the overtime.
No way. What a play from Senzu. Not even the primary AWP, by the way. The secondary, who just kept it alive from that last round. Could have very easily just kept over, you know, that AWP, dropped it to 9-10, played for a rifle this round. Senzu showing his prowess, though. That is stellar. Barely season 2, and it's enough. It's a warbang on towards kaze. He was legged at the start of the round. And it sees him off. We're going to see the first tack pause coming through. Cyclone. First time they've really actually felt that pressure. Had to call for a pause. What is this conversation going to be looking like? It still is not the greatest situation overall for the Mongols. They still do have a less than adequate buy-in support. You know, Senzu now has dropped that AWP over towards 910. He's going to wield an M4, and unfortunately got a FAMAS and a double MP9 around it. It's not the worst buy, but it's not exactly the M4s and all the rest that they would hope. They're prioritizing utility here, which I can kind of understand for the Mongols. They've been forced into a lot of retakes these last few rounds, so it's understandable why they've gone in that direction. And again, Cyclone's buy is not great either. Triple Galil, Hercules on just a Tech 9. Oh, that's left this Alman and an AK. He has been fantastic so far, 28 and 15. He needs to keep up that level.
Zenio. Tiny bit of damage off the back of that grenade. But he's forced them out a bit, you know what I mean? They're uncomfortable on A. Aggression from Senzu as well. It's so risky. We've talked about this a little bit the couple times that we've seen Anubis. The CT aggression on Anubis is great. Initially, it can just be really hard to hold on to, you know what I mean? Like, they'll know where you are vaguely. They'll get a few flashes out, and you're just in no man's land. There's very few areas for you to find a place to retreat.
Yeah.
So I do worry. But we're a minute in, and look how far back Cyclone are, lacking the util, lacking the weaponry. Don't really know where to look. Oh, Mercury shows his head. Mazzinho can't quite find him. 910, though, he's got his man covered. The setup so far has worked perfectly, but this is where I would say you've got to get out of there. JamYoung knows what's up, takes out Senzu, and he knows there's going to be a gap as well in towards mid. Doesn't continue to press the attack, but it's good space that they've now earned.
There it is. 4v4. Only problem is that time's ticking. Alman. Him and Mazzinho go one apiece in terms of the damage. They're going to try and split now on towards that B site, it seems, and then walking straight towards Blitz. MP9 at this range can be deadly, but only comes up for one. Molotov's perfect timing. 13 seconds. They've got nowhere to go. They're pincered in. The flank's going to come through, but they have to go towards B. Time is so low. If this bomb's dropped, they're in trouble. And that is overtime locked in place. The finest of margins and one Molotov denies Cyclone getting space towards the site. More rounds needed. Regulations not enough.
This is making me so nervous, man, watching these rounds. It's unreal. It's unreal. Just the way that it's going. JamYoung, my brother, why you got your knife out? You know what I mean? Like, he doesn't find kills, but there you go now. Again, the time is low. You've just got to find these kills as quickly as possible. As you mentioned, Techno's Molotov is just perfection. I mean, half a second later, they run through that, don't they? And he probably gets traded. We still don't know how it would have gone down. Mazzinho is there pretty quickly, but yeah. This is absolutely insane right now. A map worthy of a grand final, and they continue to deliver. First shot, not actually going to get pulled off by 910. Usually a sitter, but a difficult one through the flames. Senzu's the first one to chime in for the Mongols, but the A site, too great. Mazzinho got to win this fight. He does so healthily as well. Bomb's not yet committed. They're a bit all over the shop on this T side, and the indecisiveness is costing them right now. JamYoung trying to find somebody on the edge of that smoke. Not going to happen. He is there, but you didn't see him. Senzu will clear out mid and say, okay, I think they're headed towards B, fellas. At the very least, they've dropped off of mid, so just prepare yourself. Techno will now confirm the fact. Does his barrel stick out around that corner? Doesn't really matter. They don't check him. Flash goes in, and a double kill for Techno, denying the bomb plant as well. 13-12 in favor of the Mongols.
At the best possible time as well. Like, there's no other way that you want to kickstart that kind of, you know, run in towards overtime with a confident retake like that. I mean, they're not even getting towards the bomb plant scenario because Techno swung into a fight so early. This is really well played. Techno's had a great round as well, playing through both sites and doing great work. And that flash from Senzu is stellar. AWP has absolutely no chance. At one point, Techno did pick up an AWP there. It looked like they were tempted by a secondary AWP situation, which did win them around at the tail end of regulation, but did go back in towards the AK, which I don't mind. Techno, he's warmed up these last few rounds, so it feels like an okay situation for them. Speaking of, AWP posted. It's double stack here as well, blitz around the corner. It's very good information they can gain from here.
shot by 9-10. And only one for Blitz. Not quite good enough. Not quite good enough. Senzu is down below, though, ready for the fights to come in. JamYoung beats him. Woo. Alrighty. They're still not done just yet. Cyclone got a bit more left. Mr. Mazzinho on high. What can he get done? Had a pretty nice round in the previous. Can't land the spray down this time around. So Techno will definitely go for it, but we do not fancy his chances.
By no means. By no means at all. Bomb down. Cyclone answer back as well. You got to put back in towards that consideration that the T-site wasn't terrible for the Mongols. It took them a while to warm up, but once they did warm up, they were all right. JamYoung checks, clears, drops. Final round of this first half in OT, and Mongols were able to take it. They put themselves in such a good position heading in towards the T-side. T-side generally as well favored on this map, especially with that transition towards CS2. And I guess also as well the playstyle of the Mongols, it generally feels like it's built for a T-side. We saw a Mirage, it was so good. Attack pool is going to come through from the Mongols. The conversation to have. They are going to go now, this time back in towards that double AWP setup. I don't hate it. I really don't. And because of the last round as well, there's nothing wrong with dropping the likes of an M4 in spawn if they're forcing towards a weird retake and they want to wrap through. Retaking with an AWP is always difficult. Dropping M4 is not the worst thing to leave, but a double AWP setup on the start. Senzu had a nice couple of clips with it. See if he can once again do the same. 13 apiece. And around to the first half of OT.
Utility out towards middle, out towards dark as well. Ooh, Techno might be a little late this time around. And yeah, he's not expecting them to be so close. Big damage coming in. The AWP gets caught off as well. Real fast round in towards dark. Blitz trying to recover what he can, but yeah, he just peeks out. Deer in headlights. And he gets smashed into the windshield. 9-10 and Mazzinho then, the only two remaining.
10. Drive by 5-7. Ain't bad. Oh, looking for another one. Hang on a second. No way. Mazzinho's made this possibility. That's fine too, but 9-10 thrust into a difficult 1v2. Smoke on towards the bomb. That's going to come through as well. Spots the close player, but caught in two minds. And that'll be the half. Cyclone take advantage in their court, but the finest of margins. It's now the Mongols head on towards T-side to try and answer back.
Well, this is going to get interesting, isn't it? It's going to get very interesting indeed. The Mongols T-side left a little to be desired, particularly with the rifles. So I'm holding my breath on this one. You know, I'm really not going to give an opinion, give a prediction. I think it will be tough. That's a bit of a prediction for you, but that's kind of a safe one, to be honest with you. All the same, the Mongols, can they get it done? 3 in a row is all they need. It could potentially happen for them. Alman going to get Molotov'd off. 9-10 taking an aggressive stance here.
Mongols, a lot of early space it through mid. 9-10 can hold rotations. And find one as well. That was mighty close. Mazzinho. Line comes in from JamYoung. There's that opener as well. And we're very worried about lurking around that smoke too. 9-10 looks very isolated right at the moment. He's just trying to do it alone. 9-10's got no real support here.
Yeah, very awkward indeed, man. 9-10 just so dazed over on that A side of things. 5 versus 3 now. They have got the bomb down. There are kits available, although only 2 of them. Maybe keep your eyes on that, to be fair. Mercury in towards Temple. May well go a bit overlooked. Kaze, the first one to fall on the retake. Senzu with a weird angle to deal with, but they will manage to take him down. Blitz in at dark. Techno sneaky here, but there's 3 that come round the corner. Blitz just trying to take ahead if he can. It's not going to happen. Cyclone hit 15 first. And they've done it quite quickly. Mongols absolutely now need to string these last 2 together, or we are going to Inferno, and their chances of winning the series go back up in the air.
Yeah, they're starting to get thin now. It really is. 9-10, it just absolutely, yeah, like you were kind of baffling at times in terms of what he was trying to achieve there, and that was asking a lot of Techno. 15 to 13 map point towards Cyclone. This would, of course, tie us up 2-all in the series, pushing it on towards Inferno. Say all good best of 3s at the start of Inferno. Looks like all good best of 5s will be 2, unless the Mongols have anything to say to push us towards double OT. Only on the corner. Having up close. We'll get a go for 1-for-1. Mazzino for the trade, and the rotation's so quick here. Psycho got such a good setup.
Oh, decent Molotovs, though. Going to keep them at bay. Really do like those mollies. I mean, doing the same place is never really ideal, but it's all good. Should buy time for the bomb plant. However, they lost the man advantage. Oh, the smoke's gone down in towards heaven. Hopefully that's been communicated. Just somebody get eyeballs on it. JamYoung will still take the peek and nearly find a frag. Missed shot by 9-10, cost him his life. Techno and Blitz, the only two that remain now. Just Blitz, not looking good at all. Good for one. Has to go massive. Not going to happen, and Cyclone continue the series. We've got one more map required to decide this one. All the possible maps for the grand final of ESL Challenger League. Absolutely loving this.
And we couldn't have asked for anything better as well. It's exactly what we wanted out of the series. I mean, absolutely a stellar performance. In one man in particular, Alman, what a showing from him. Really consistently across the entirety of both the CT and T-side half and in towards overtime. Massively impactful frags, right? And that's what you want.